County got back what it sent up to the state by a Supreme Court decision, not because it was the right or the just thing to do, but because the federal government said you can't house people like this. People are dying in these facilities, and so LAPD and the sheriffs sent everybody upstate, and the state said we're not taking them anymore, we're sending them back. So we're here with realignment, and that's how I see it. We built 33 prisons and no university in the state. For over 30 years, we were building prisons and not places of education, and now the sheriff is telling us to come on, we're going to educate you in the county jail. Amen. I'm a former prisoner. You know, I'm a former prisoner. I cycled in and out of prison for 15 years, medicating the grief of a loss of a 5-year-old son that was killed by an LAPD police officer. But we're here now. I've been providing services for people coming home from prison for the last 14 years. Over 600 women have came through a new way of life to get their lives back on track, and we had over 80% success rate. Yay. What we do there is treat people with dignity and respect, support them to excel and to make a better life and create, you know, a better way for themselves. We teach advocacy there. We teach support people to go to school in the community. We reunite women with their children. We build community. We strengthen community through a new way of life. So AB 109 started, and I said I must be a part of this because I want to see how it goes down. So I must experience providing services through AB 109. I want to tell you, to even start to be a provider with AB 109, I had to spend $20,000 before, and I haven't even received a red cent from that contract, but I'm still receiving services. So you know, that's a big chunk of change for me. It might not be for the sheriff, and it might not be for probation, but that's a big chunk of change for me. But I needed to be a part to understand how it was going to go down and be implemented. So I went all in, and I'm still all in, because this is about my community. It's about the people who are coming back to my community, and so I'm there. Today.
Have mercy.
Today I was visiting with, or the Board of Supervisors was visiting with me and the women at A New Way of Life because they wanted to see community reentry, and they took the time to come down to the houses and sit and talk with the women. Shortly after we broke up the circle with the women, the residents went back to one house. We have 2 houses on one street. And they went back to one house, and there's a few AB 109 participants there at the houses. And they were greeted by LAPD. And one woman in particular was put in handcuffs, and her bed was tossed up. I remember when I was in prison how the state police would toss my bed up just for no reason, just because they did. And we have a small clip of the conversation around what has happened, what happened today, and I want to just play that clip for a second.
What an insult.
So she's saying, due to case law, they can walk into A New Way of Life and handcuff any person that's there toss the bed up and leave just because that they feel like that's what they want to do. And I said that I feel like it's a waste of money. And the cop said, I think it's a waste of money too. So I want to bring the lady up that was handcuffed today and ask her what it felt like to be, come from one meeting and then walking up to the house where she lives, where she should feel safe, and what it felt like. Come on up.
My name is Pamela Morris, and I felt very disrespected. I felt like all the neighbors were watching me, and I came out of a better meeting to better myself, hold my head up high, and was greeted by handcuffs in the neighbor's yard. Then they went to my bedroom, they tore it up, they tore up my closet, they tore up my clothes, they went through my drawers and told me this is what they're gonna be doing from now on to me, because I'm 8109 each month. And I don't think it's pretty fair, because I served my time, I do by probation, I did my time, and I'm done with it, Why embarrass me? Why send me through this? And I was trying to better myself. I did nothing wrong. And this is what I went through today, and I was hysterical. They took me, handcuffed me, made me face the wall in the house, greeted me down the street, walked me back up the street in heels. Okay? And I wear my heels. And faced the wall in the house in handcuffs and patted down. They went through my belongings, went through my purse again, went through me again, patted me down again, and said, we're going to take the handcuffs now home. And that's when they met Susan. Thank you for listening.
Respectful of the time also, but we can go on and on with this, but the reality is that while we kick back on our laurels, LAPD and the sheriffs was coming through our community, sweeping people in the criminal justice system, and now our people are coming back home, and they need a place to come home, and they need advocacy. Is it going to happen successfully through probation? No. Is it going to happen successfully through sheriffs? No. Is it going to happen through LAPD?
No.
We are the ones of the change and the support that's going to have to happen for our communities to heal from this total mass incarceration that LA County has experienced over the last 30 years. And one other thing I want to say in regards to people having to spend time in LA County and do all their time in LA County. When I would go through LA County, I would hurry up and plead guilty to get out of the conditions, the horrid conditions that I experienced with all those bars, all that food I couldn't identify, all the sheriffs, all the beatings, all that stuff that happens in county jail. It's still going on. It hasn't changed. And you read the ACLU report to know that. So I'm done.
All right. We have a little bit later another representative from the Los Angeles Department, and so we can bring him up. I have